Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Hopefully, I remember to put the logo in there, as I apparently forgot to do in the last episode. Only discovered that after I uploaded it. Hello? Oh, that's a sheep. God, that scared me a little bit. Alright. I think we're ready to go. We're back. Far Lands or Bust, episode 205. I still have 204 on my little notepad. Out-of-dated notes. Out-of-dated and outdated notes. But yes, continuing in a westwardly general direction to the Far Lands, raising money for Child's Play charity in the process at farlandsorbust.com. Still, the donations are just coming in. It's great. I really do appreciate it. We are at $11,155 over at farlandsorbust.com. That's with the... Just use the little chip-in widget for those of you who have never visited the website. There's a little chip-in widget on the home page, and clicking the, I believe it's an orange chip-in button. That is the inflection the button says. Chip-in! You click the little chip-in button, and you can donate through PayPal to, and the money goes directly to Child's Play Charity's PayPal account. You don't have to have a PayPal account to give. You can use a credit card if you'd like, but... that is how that works, so I appreciate it. Everybody who's able to contribute, that really not only motivates me to keep doing Far Lands or Bust episodes. You'll notice in response to all the generosity and donations, we're getting every other day Far Lands or Bust episodes here. But also you're helping kids in hospitals around the world, the help that Child's Play charity provides, getting toys, books, and games to them. So it's a great cause, and I appreciate your support for that, and your support for Far Lands or Bust. Desert pig hanging out. I guess this really isn't a desert, but a beach. What do you know? Now you're dead. Here comes a wolf. Boosh. I think Wolfie was... a little bit down. Yeah, there we go. Much better. All right. Continuing on. I do have not that much new news to talk about. I did, indeed, indeed, whatnot, and etc. Yesterday recorded a new series starting up that I am hoping will start tomorrow, Saturday, January 5th. Yeah, the 5th. So look forward to that on the channel. I had a lot of fun recording that. I think you guys will enjoy it. So no more spoilers beyond that, but just look forward to a new video game on the channel. It's always good to keep stuff fresh and exciting in the Let's Play world. But other than that, not too much new in the world of Kurt, so I'll just get right to answering and rambling on, answering a bunch of your questions that you guys have asked in the comments, as I do. Going to have a lot of time between now and reaching the Far Lands, so there's plenty of time to chat, indeed. A question from RunFast27182R asked, so we know you're a fan of the Slow-Mo guys, Gavin, who is also affiliated with Rooster Teeth. Do you watch any of their stuff? Red vs. Blue, Achievement Hunter, etc. If so, do you like it? Whatnot, so forth, indeed, whatnot, etc. Yes, did I already answer this question? This question seems familiar. Or not. Well, I'll answer it anyway. Redundant, possibly. Yeah, Gavin. I'm a fan of the Slow-Mo guys, and was quite surprised very early on in my channel's infancy, I guess you could call it, to find that he was a fan of Far Lands or Bust, and I'm not sure if it still is, but had it listed as one of the, the featured channels on his channel homepage. So I owe a lot of you guys, subscribers, thanks to him for sending you guys my way. Wolf indeed, Wolfie. Wolfie also wants to thank Gavin. But also, I was a fan of the Slow-Mo guys before that, and I didn't, at the time, know that he was in any way affiliated with Rooster Teeth or anything like that, but before then I had throughout college heard, obviously, of Red vs. Blue when it kind of was first making waves on the internet. I kind of watched the first couple episodes, but not being a Xbox or Halo fan or player or anything, it really didn't... It was funny, but it just really didn't hold any long-term appeal for me, so I kind of just lost interest and track of the whole Rooster Teeth community as a whole by then. But yeah, recently, in thanks to knowing Gavin from the Slow-Mo Guys, I've been watching, they do a Minecraft Let's Play. They do it on the Xbox, of course, and I think Gavin talked about this during the flob-athon when we had him on as a guest on Skype, how he wanted to do more Minecraft Let's Plays. He would prefer to do it on obviously on the PC, but they're more set up to record Xbox content over there because obviously the whole Red vs. Blue Halo situation set up. But they are doing kind of Let's Plays that are they're pretty funny. It's Gavin and 3 or 4 of the other guys, the personalities over there at Rooster Teeth. If you haven't, I'd suggest checking those out over on the Rooster Teeth channel. But otherwise, I don't really watch much of their other content. Like I said, never really kept up with it. But yeah, it's really cool to have all these kind of accidental connections that you end up finding. I think Gavin, I'm gonna give the wrong information here, but his connection is he actually directed a couple seasons of Red vs. Blue. Season 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, or something like that. And then now he's recently been able to move out here to, I believe they're headquartered in Austin, Texas. He's been able to move out here, thanks in part to the success of Slow-Mo Guys, and that enabling him to get, his application through for his visa. I believe was his original story behind starting the Slow-Mo Guys. But now he's actually working at the not the Red vs. Blue, the Rooster Teeth headquarters there in Austin. So that's cool. And yeah, like I said, a few episodes ago, I mentioned he went to the Child's Play charity dinner auction and he shared a screenshot, a picture of the program that listed Farlands or Bust as a platinum sponsor. And that's something I mentioned that'd be kind of cool to go to. I know Rooster Teeth holds an expo every year, I believe, probably, I would assume, down in Texas, kind of like a miniature PAX or, video game kind of conference. So I don't know, perhaps, hopefully one day we'll get to meet up with Gavin. I don't know, maybe if like I was mentioning, the next Minecon, if it's stateside, perhaps he will attend that and we'll meet him there. Who knows? But yeah, it's one of those cool things. One of the many things that I didn't ever expect starting up, if you go back to episode 1 of Minecraft Farlands or Bust, I'm just doing it as kind of just to try things out, try something new, very, very timid and unsure about the whole situation, making all these cool connections with Gavin and the Mindcrack people and other YouTubers who even don't have anything anywhere related to Let's Plays and things like that. Or one of the things I did not expect, but it is a welcome thing indeed to have made these friends that I can say are better friends than I have any in real life. So that's really cool. Indeed. And yeah, Gavin did the intro for the 200th episode Farlands or Bust flashback to episode 3, where I was kind of alluding to the Farlands before I had even come up with the idea of walking there. So once again, another reason to thank Gavin for helping out Farlands or Bust. Indeed. Spelunk. I'll just keep walking until the sun sets. I try to always get the timing right, but I hate being like mid-thought while I'm trying to sleep, and then I lose track of my stories, my tales of grandeur and woe and adventure and general boredom. That's cool. It's kind of like this was some sort of canyon that was filled in with water. Somebody built a dam and has ruined the ecosystem. Boop. Woof. Wolfie agrees. All right, this is kind of dangerous, but I feel like being underneath those dark trees is not a good thing either. So, all right, let's go to sleep, and we will continue answering questions in the morning. Doubt. Dang it. One more brightness level. There we go. And awakeness. Moo. There we go. Alley-oop. Wolfie, where you at? There he is. Hello. Boop. I guess these two questions are slightly related, talking about different YouTubers. Minecrafter1369 asks, who is your favorite YouTuber other than yourself, obviously? That would be very self-centered of me to answer saying myself. I am, obviously, because I'm amazing. I'm not sure. That's a tough thing to answer. And once again, these are those questions. What's your favorite type of pizza? Or what's your favorite this or that? Or movie or music? I have a hard time answering those questions. Only a Sith Lord deals in absolutes. Mace Windu. The favorite YouTuber. I have a lot, and if you do follow things on my channel other than just my uploads, you'll see the videos that I like and favorite and subscribe to. Recently, I suppose, yeah, I wanted to mention this. Recently, kind of another unexpected, amazing YouTube thing. Didn't happen to me, but just, it's fun to see other people's success, and I can definitely feel a relative emotions and kind of know and understand what they're going through. But Hannah Hart of My Drunk Kitchen, she's been one of those, you know, she uploaded, much like myself, uploaded just some random video to show her friends for My Drunk Kitchen, and it ended up being a viral sensation, and she has almost like 500,000 subscribers now, and she does weekly shows and YouTube videos and travels, and she's made a bunch of friends with other big YouTubers. She's had guests with the Vlog Brothers and the other ones. I'm not entirely. I don't keep up too much with the kind of the vlogger style YouTubers. There's some, but not that many. Daily Grace is another one. Not subscribed to her, but yeah. Anyway, now she's made all these friends, and this is like a career for her all of a sudden. So I can definitely relate to that kind of whirlwind, kind of unexpected, how is this happening sort of thing. But she recently started an Indiegogo campaign to take her show on tour around the United States, to go to different cities and record her show, My Drunk Kitchen, in different, you know, in fans' kitchens, but then also make trips to, you know, different local establishments to get a feel for the food and drink in areas, but also I think she's also incorporated a whole bunch of like volunteering and charity at the local, you know, what are those things called? Food shelters, hunger shelters. That would, we're going to be handing out hunger, everybody. No, food shelters and things like that. So a really cool thing. But she started it yesterday. By uploading a video, and she had, you know, like most Indiegogo or these crowdsourced funded campaigns, like a month, 30 days to fund the campaign, and she's asking for $50,000 to cover her expenses to travel around and do all that stuff for about a month or so. She's planning on doing it, and within 6 hours of starting the campaign, she reached her goal, which is mental. And I just checked today, and it's been about 24 hours. She's over $100,000. So now she's expanded it to include a European and a Canadian leg of the trip, and also she said like going into the southern hemisphere. So there's people in Australia who want her to come and stuff like that. So that's just absolutely mental. And the videos she puts up, she has kind of a separate, more of a personal vlog channel. The videos she put up where she's quite overwhelmed. While I'm not particularly of that caliber, I understand. I can definitely at least feel a little bit understanding of how she's feeling about that. So that's kind of just an amazing story. And, you know, she's, you know, it's definitely a deserved thing. She's putting this whole thing on herself independently. She's not, you know, I mean, there's shows like on the Travel Channel and stuff, and where celebrity chefs travel around and taste the different cuisine and stuff like that. And this is a very cool independent production that she's putting on herself, and she has creative control, like I was mentioning a few episodes ago about keeping creative control over my content and channel and associated stuff. And it's kind of very much exciting to be not only witness to this, but almost kind of be a part of this kind of new era in mass media and entertainment sort of stuff. And it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Viewer, you know, participation. It's hard to say that with previous modes of entertainment, television and stuff, they just kind of present you with their product and expect you to... Ow, careful, Wolfie. I don't know why I said ow, but that sounded like it hurt. You're okay, I guess. So it's very cool. So that... I don't know if I'd call her my favorite YouTuber, but one of my favorite YouTubers. So Hannah Hart, her channel is My Hearto, but sure, her show is My Drunk Kitchen. One of the many awesome success stories to see. So, and of course, all the, you know, that's not even taking into account the Let's Players. I obviously watch BOO a lot. He's another very funny person. BOO, Etho, Goo, you know, I could just list all the people I'm subscribed to, which is over 200 channels. So I'm not going to even begin to try to do that. So, cool stuff. I think that is another one of those questions that I didn't answer the question at all, but it gave us a nice day's worth of Minecraft content to talk about, didn't it? Didn't it? It did. How am I doing on sheep wool? Might as well. You never know. Hey! Yoink. And yoink. Oh, don't forget you. Woohoo! Woof! Wolfie. Ow! Ooh, careful. I never understood really there I just took damage, but I didn't take damage. Did my boots take damage? Is that what that was? I don't look that much into how the game actually works. I just play it. Oh, boy. Oh gosh, I didn't even realize. I have just this list of arbitrary questions I've been gathering on my notepad here, and there's another question that is completely related to the previous two questions. From TK Overlord. Do you remember who your first subscription was? And then there's two more questions. Let me just ask them right away because they'll make sense in the grand scheme of things. What would your dream house or dream car be? That's not related anyway, but he also, in his third question, asks, are you a fan of Kickstarter or Indiegogo? So, answering the first question, do you remember who your first subscription was? As in who I first subscribed to, or who first subscribed to me? Because I actually had, I'd say, before I started doing Let's Plays, about 50 or 60 subscribers, because I was uploading those kind of astronomy-related videos from people I knew on Twitter and stuff like that, where I'd share videos and they would subscribe to me. So I don't remember who my first subscriber was. My first subscription? Probably X. From X's Adventures in Minecraft. But then again, I'm not sure. It might have been something like the NASA channel or something like that, because I had, like I said, a YouTube channel long before I even knew this whole video game gameplay, Let's Play content was a thing. So I'm not sure. I don't remember what my first subscription was. Are you a fan of Kickstarter or Indiegogo? Yes, I definitely see, like I said previously, it's a new era of kind of media, but overall, you could use that to obviously make video games, physical products, start up your own company sort of thing with the Indiegogo Kickstarter thing. I don't know the differences between the two. I know from paying attention and being subscribed to Hannah Hart that she actually was intending to do a Kickstarter but had problems with getting authorized for the payments gateway through that, so she had to go to Indiegogo. So I don't know if there's any sort of, not, hassle or kind of just difficulty between the two. So yeah, I've supported campaigns on either. It's definitely kind of a cool thing. I don't know what I could ever use such a service for. I'm doing all right with my current model of income. So regardless, yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I'll answer your third question in the morning. And third question is, right, Wolfie? Woof. All right. I don't know if that one counts. That was a little bit delayed. What would your dream house or dream car be? I don't know. I don't fully buy into the whole American dream to own a house. Oh, I almost glitched into like Wolfie or a block there. Careful now, Kurt. Careful. So I don't really, I can't say, oh, I want to, own a house with a yard and a white picket fence. I don't really buy into that whole thing. I definitely feel like, just my own personal thoughts, that the European method of living, it's a lot more of a rental society. From my understanding, I have no idea. I know there's people who own homes there, blah, 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 blah. But it's been something definitely that's a lot more of an American tradition, and mostly, careful, Wolfie, perpetrated by, the banks and the mortgage companies through clever marketing to sell us this idea. But so not quite sure what that answer would be. I mean, it would be really cool to own a small house, cottage type of situation out in the mountains or the wilderness. Oh my gosh, you took more damage than I anticipated. Let's remedy that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. That would be really cool somewhere, like I mentioned before, away from the city and then the hubbub. I've stayed at a few places in my travels that are a little bit, I guess you could call them cottages or bed and breakfasts or something, that are a little bit off the beaten path. It's very secluded, and you get the nice dark skies for astronomy and everything. So it would definitely be an adjustment to have to deal with that, but that would be kind of cool. But again, I don't know, one of those things, I don't know that I could see myself settling down into one place for an extended period of time as far as like ownership goes. Dream car? I've talked about this a lot. I like old cars, the old 50s cars. And I kind of like when they're... I'm not a fan of the quote-unquote trailer queen cars that are all magically restored and numbers matching and pristine chrome and paint and stuff like that. While they certainly have their value and they're very pretty, I like something that I could drive, something a little bit more... something that seems like it's been used for its intended purposes. It's a little bit more of a hot rod type of something, like an old, I don't know, 55 Chevy or Ford, or I'm not really set on make or model or anything like that. So I know they're high maintenance, but difficult. But if I could have one like that as a daily driver, that would be pretty cool. If I was to be more practical, like I mentioned before, I'm considering for my next car a Subaru. I like the Impreza. Something all-wheel drive is helpful for sketchy, wintry situations and stuff like that. They also, I just realized, they also have, there's the Impreza now, and they're kind of splitting off the WRX line as its own kind of make, I believe. But they also have this, what is it called? Cross Tech? No, that's something else. Anyway, it's basically, Impreza CV, CX, something. But it's basically the current generation Impreza frame and body, but on a higher, more of what would be called a crossover suspension and undercarriage and frame and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's literally the same exact thing. It's kind of replacing the Outback Sport, which was really just more of an off-road oriented Impreza. Very confusing with their naming. So I've seen that. I don't know if that would be personally practical for me, but as I don't find myself doing much off-roading. But who knows, if I have my dream house in the backwoods of New Mexico or whatever, I might need such a thing. So, but yeah, it's kind of hard. Once again, that's one of those, what's your favorite, this or that? So I'll have to think about that stuff when that becomes an actual decision I have to make, I guess. Indeed. Oh, God. Segue. Daniel asked, if you weren't living in Chicago, where in the world would you like to live? That's pretty funny. You guys and your theme questions. If you weren't living in Chicago, yeah, this, like I've mentioned long time ago and constantly, the Southwest, that's a place I enjoy traveling a lot. Arizona, New Mexico, preferably outside of the major cities, but, convenient enough where I'm not, like, crazy, hidden away mountain man. But, yeah, I like that. I don't know. I'm still unsure how I would deal with the no winter, blazing hot summer thing. It would be worth trying out for at least a year or something like that just to check it out. But there's that. I like Colorado, but then on the flip side, there's the freezing cold 24 inches of snow winters that you have to deal with if you're kind of in the mountain, the Rocky Mountain area and stuff like that. So again, favorites, not sure. Ideal, not sure. Who knows? It's all about testing things out. I'll try this or that, and this was all right, but I've tried it, so whatever. But yeah, I would like to eventually, at some point, move away from the Chicago area. It's a nice place, and there's a lot of people who really, really prefer and just love Chicago over any other area in the country, but I enjoy changing it up every once in a while. So, yeah. Not sure about international living. Not sure if that would be a thing for me, to be honest. Aside from the language barriers. Wolves! Yeah. I don't know. Woof. Woof! I don't know who's barking. Is it Wolfie or the dogs? Oh, God. Okay, that wasn't Wolfie. All of the dogs are idiots. At least we know Wolfie isn't just special. No, he is special. He's wearing 3D glasses. Oh, sun's kind of going down for episode 205 of Farlands Bust. Here's a question I've gotten a few times, not that many people, but the Wolf Guy 16 asked, Kurt, are you ever going to go back to your Castaway series world anytime soon? I don't know. I don't think so. Like I mentioned, I'm starting up a new series tomorrow, Saturday. So we've got another content time slot figured out there in addition to our Farlands or Bust, which we're doing a lot more frequently now, and I'm happy about. In addition to our Dirt, in addition to Mindcrack, which I'm really, really, really trying to get more frequent at. So Castaway, as of now, the world still exists. I haven't deleted the world or abandoned it completely. But as of now, I just feel as though it's very redundant. And the time that I would spend in a Castaway world, I'd rather try to get back into the Mindcrack server and have that be my current version of the game series, which is what Castaway was. I started Castaway before I was a member of the Mindcrack server because I needed a series that took place in the updated version of the game. Otherwise, I would just be having a Minecraft series in beta 1.7.3 here as I am in Far Lands or Bust. So it seems to have become a little bit redundant, especially since the whole series theme was the fact that the Seed 292-202 sets you in the middle of this barren ocean without a single tree or resource. And I've done pretty well at finding right away, for the main bulk of the series, a substantial island and civilization, and had fun doing that. I think that was a good series while I was doing that, but then in the meantime, I left that and tried to find a new place, and I did, and I found a lot bigger source of land and resources, but it just started to feel a little bit redundant. I was walking around searching for places. It felt a lot like Far Lands or Bust, but then also in the current version of the game, it felt a lot like it could just be replaced by the Mindcrack server. So yeah, I know there's people who, like I said at Minecon, who asked me if I was ever going to return to Combat Canyon. I appreciate your interest in all of my series and that you have your favorites and stuff like that, but every once in a while it's good to... Uh-oh. I don't like the looks of this gravelly location. It's good to just, end a series and try something new, keep things fresh. Indeed, Wolfie? Pant. Indeed, Wolfie. We will not be ending Far Lands or Bust anytime soon, though, because we have the Far Lands to get to, first of all, and second of all, we have $100,000 to raise for Child's Play charity. And we're doing so over at farlandsorbust.com. Like I mentioned in the opening, using the chip-in widget on the homepage, you can donate. We're trying to raise $100,000 this season. Season 4 of Far Lands or Bust. So I appreciate the continued support. Indeed. Let's make 3 beds for the next episode. Boop, boop, boop. Let's make a boat here. Plunk down the bed, and I'm gonna once again thank you everybody for donating to Child's Play charity, for liking, sharing, commenting, asking questions, subscribing. That's amazing. I do appreciate it. And like I said, keep up with that stuff, and I'll keep up heading to the Far Lands. And this is one series that will not be ending. Indeed. So, once again, my name is Kurt. I will see you next time.